Every anime is a masterpiece, and High School DxD Born is no exception. High School DxD is an anime revolving around a teenage boy who goes through a series of trials to achieve his dream. In this season, High School DxD Born, the main events of the plot revolve around the past, such as Kanako and Akano accepting their bloodlines and moving forward from it, giving birth to new powers. Like the season title suggests, as a spoiler warning, I will be talking about the whole season of High School DxD Born. Therefore, please watch it before continuing with this video. To start off with, in episode 1, the very first scene in Born sets a theme, with Issei being surrounded by his harem while they are all topless, because newborn babies are breastfed. Then the setting expands where we see how Issei's house, an object of the past, is changed to something new, although it has the same foundation, to the point where Issei can recognize it as his house. But now it has the added elements just like his personal life, where it started with his fake girlfriend but has become a true harem, immediately reminding us that something new can be born from something old and still be as recognizable as it was before. While Rias has always disliked being called president compared to being called her birth given name by Issei, in the later half of this first episode, it shows Konako zoned out looking out at the window and her reflection becomes visible, which could be interpreted as her looking at her inner self, thinking about her past, or it could be seen as the other side of her past that is hidden away, whichever sounds more plausible to you. Although Kanako's story ends up getting exposed rather quickly, as in the next episode we see Kanako's sister sitting on top of a tree branch, showcasing how she is more in tune with being a cat, as cats like being in high places, while Kanako who's suppressing her cat side by being on the floor, a lower place. Noticing the animal traits can also lead into the party fight becoming way more interesting. Seeing how Kanako and her sister, aka the cats, went outside while Loki with his dog are fighting inside at the party, since Loki's primary goal is to destroy the birth of unity between devils, angels, and the Norse. He tried to give birth to Ragnarok while outside Kanako's big sister was trying to unite with her. Although in the next episode, episode 4, continuing on the theme of giving birth to new versions of themselves, Rina reveals herself to be reincarnated as an angel, while also getting her new version as a high school student. Then later on we see how Akano gets her new version as a fallen angel. It took a bit till Akano accepted her blood, as in the next episode, episode 5, after Issei gets saved by the gift he got earlier on in the party, foreshadowing how the past comes into play in the present. Then in the other half of the episode we see Issei and Akano run into Akano's father, only to see Akano reject her father, aka the past, and immediately resorts to hugging Issei, aka the present, which led her to being unsatisfied until she confronted it by telling Issei her past. Aja also had to confront her past as well when Deodora reveals that he was the devil saved by Aja when they were younger, giving birth to Aja's chapter being exposed and hated for being able to heal devils. Though it seems like Deodora was taking responsibility by proposing to Aja in an old-fashioned chivalrous way, but it fails to soothe her heart, while Issei acts more true to his desires. It may not be as pure, but Aja is attracted to him. Though even when Deodora switches personalities, becoming more sadistic and aggressive, like when he was kidnapping Aja, he swept her off her feet, it still didn't even change her opinion of him at the end. Most of the season also contains scenes with metaphors, starting off with episode 1, where Issei's friends are talking about wanting to have a girlfriend one day. Then the scene cuts to a clock. After that, in episode 4, Saji talks about the student council president's dreams of a society where even low-ranked devils can do raiding games. We see her white underwear during this scene because white symbolizes how pure her dreams of equality are, aka a pure maiden. In episode 10, Issei and Asazel lie down on the school hills like Issei did with his friends during season 1 of High School DxD. After that, episode 11 started off with Issei saying Vali while the moon is in focus, because Issei is the sun for his team while Vali is leading the life of the rival, where they both shine light, but one for the dark and one for the bright. Then after that we see the hypnotized Rias being affected by her teammates recalling their memories with her. And then she's equipped with dragon armor, which represents the past, as they are some of the oldest beings known in the plot. Issei uses his dragon armor, aka the past, to go forward, while Rias, who is hypnotized, is using her past to stay at a standstill in a dimension where nothing exists. The most important theme at the end is stillbirth, as some people stay at an infant stage while some decide to grow like Issei, such as in episode 7 where Issei states that he still rides his bike to do contracts because his customers expect that. Although Issei can teleport, his customers are still stuck in their past mindset. Then seeing Freed again in episode 8 as a consistent villain from the past seasons, but in this season he is reborn as a monster. Then seeing Ajia's training from the start of the season brought up again to save Issei, showing how the past saves Issei. Then Diodoro, who is extremely proud and confident, starts asking for help from the past generation devils when he's losing the fight, which is how most problems are solved, by those in the present looking to the past, such as historians. Though the biggest thing to be born from this season is the alliance between devils, angels, and Norse. It's the birth of a new mindset and ideals, but episode 11 also solidified the bloodlines, such as Ryasa's devil brother looking out for his devil little sister, while Kanako's cat big sister looks out for her. Then Issei gets helped out by Valley, a fellow dragon. Then to perfectly wrap up everything in episode 12, the devil, Norse, and angels are all praying in unison, just like the students are at high school, since even Arena, an angel, is wearing the same uniform as Ryasa's devil family. They all attend the same school and go to the same classes. Then the final scene comes into play, creating a full circle, seeing Ryasa look out her window to see not only Issei this time, but her whole family. To conclude, every anime is a masterpiece, and High School DD Born is no exception. With its wide array of symbolism, themes, and relations to the season's title, to represent the plot of the season. With an open mind bearing no preconceptions, the hard work put into the creation of High School DD Born can be appreciated immensely.